We are here with a severe weather update. We have a tornado warning as we're traveling towards the top portions of our area, as well as Rockcastle, Lee, Owsley County for this morning. So we'll be tracking this as we're going through the next couple days. We just started to see this pop up, and we'll continue to watch this as we're going through the next couple hours. Here's a look at that tornado warning I just mentioned. We're looking at Estill County, Jackson County, Lee, Owsley, and Rockcastle County. Now this started at 3:20 a.m. We're going to be on Facebook Live. There's a little bit of delay on our streaming service as well if you're watching on the Weather Channel. So just be prepared for that if you are watching on something that's not the cable as we're going through the next couple of minutes or hours, depending on how long we are under a tornado warning for our area. So this is radar indicated. We could see some hail with this system. And we've been watching as this has been traveling from West Kentucky all the way to East Kentucky over the past couple hours. It's been a really slow moving system as it's moving from the south to the north pretty much. So we're really just seeing it travel pretty much linearly, not too much in that east to west movement, which is why it's taken it so long to get to us. So here's a better look at those counties as we are going into the next couple of minutes. We'll be continuing to watch that today. Now here's a bigger zoom out of the whole area. What we're seeing is it's really on those bordering counties right now. We have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings as well as you're traveling more towards the Somerset area, Pulaski County. We're seeing that thunderstorm warning. It looks like it just got extended for pretty much all of our counties on the west side of our area this morning. Seeing a lot of lightning associated with this. We're looking at 355 in this zoom out right now. Also, we are watching tornado warning just to the north in Rowan County. I'll go ahead and zoom in on that as well. We were watching that earlier, just clipping Rowan County as of right now. But here's a better look at it as we're zooming up to the north. Here you go. You can see just clipping right there in our area for that tornado warning. For the most part, this is outside of our coverage area, but we still have an eye on this as that could have some implications. If it does turn a little bit more to the east, we could see some spin up in the area. So I'm going to go ahead and point out on velocity just to show you what's going on in terms of those, in terms of the wind speeds this morning.
Megan, real quick, I want to make mention of this, and I'm going to set your storm track on this while you're at it. This is moving, this is a fast moving system. This is moving to the east at 70 miles per hour. This is moving
70
at
miles?
70 miles per hour. So while you're doing that, I'm going to get your storm track up, and I will get this set to 70 miles per hour. Give me just a second.
Going to go ahead and move down to the one more towards the south that we're looking at in our area and show the velocity on that too. So right now it's set in two different areas. We have two different National Weather Services, which is why it looks like this right now. We're watching this system right now as it's going to travel into our counties. Again, those counties were Lee, Owsley, and basically the I-75 area right there, as you can see, as it's traveling towards between Richmond and Mount Vernon almost. I'll go ahead and point out that velocity, just like I was showing you earlier, for the one towards Rowan County. I go to the scope right now and then show you that velocity on that system just so you have a better picture of what's going on this morning. It's not wanting to pop up for me right now, but we are watching the velocity in that area. You can see that difference in those two colors right now. That's what we're watching right over I-75. So if you know anybody who's traveling on I-75, maybe they have an early commute. I know it's 3:27 in the morning, but if someone's about to leave to maybe head out to work, or if they're just heading on the road for any reason, especially between Richmond and Mount Vernon, tell them to avoid driving on the roads this morning. This is the tornado warning as we're watching that tornado going through the area and moving into our region. Again, right now it's over top of Berea. Looks like we got another severe thunderstorm warning this morning. Not wanting to pop up. Eric, if you'll click that for me.
There you go.
Now, this is a tornado warning. Oh, this is one we're watching. That's not the severe thunderstorm, but that's the one I was talking about earlier. That's Bath, Fleming, Montgomery, so that's out of our area, and then also Rowan County, which is in our area. But right around it, you can see that thunderstorm warning that was just updated. Now that is a tornado possible thunderstorm warning. It looks like it is just for Rowan County as well, similar to where that tornado warning is and what we've been watching this morning. Again, for the most part, we're really just seeing that this system is on our western edge. And as we've been tracking for the past couple of days, it's going to really stay here for a while. Yes, Eric?
Real quick, that severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued, that is for Rowan County until 4:15. So that's why it overlapped with, and it showed the tornado warning instead because it's in that overlapped area.
Gotcha. Do you know when that tornado warning is set to expire as of right now?
Tornado warning for Rowan County. Give me just a second. I can call that up.
And while he's doing that, I'll go ahead and pan in on that one just so you can see where it's located alongside of that severe thunderstorm warning that we were talking about just recently. So again, here's a look at that system that we're just talking about, just barely touching Rowan County. And then we had that severe thunderstorm warning that is highlighted in that yellow, and then that brown box behind it, that's a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag that we are also watching. The red is that tornado warning, again, just touching the tip of Rowan County.
Okay, so the one for Rowan County, is supposed to has been expired, and now is replaced with that severe thunderstorm warning. So the tornado warning for Rowan County should be dropping off at any minute.
Okay, sounds good. We do have this one right here as well, but that is not inside of our coverage area. I think that one's a newer update of that system as it continues to move on. So it looks like that's what they're going to be replacing that with as we're going through the next couple of minutes, see when it replaces itself. We'll go ahead and zoom out just so you can see the other one and move towards the one that we were looking at earlier. That is more towards the south, towards that I-75 corridor that we were talking about. Again, if you know anybody that is traveling between Richmond and Mount Vernon this morning, call them, text them, let them know, tell them to avoid that area as we are watching those very fast winds. Normally when we're watching these type of systems, we're looking at that red-green, but we're looking at even faster winds than that where we have blues starting to pop out because we were looking at very fast winds this morning. I mean, as we mentioned, 70 miles is how fast the system is moving. What'd you say, Eric?
I'll say ear draw features turned on now.
Oh, okay.
So you can highlight it.
Ooh. It is not turned on. That is okay. But as you can see, I'll go ahead and put that on for us. But you see this kind of S type of hook right there. That is what we're looking at right now for turning of winds. So we kind of use this velocity feature to help see that rotation in the area. And that's why we're tracking it right now. Again, still not in our coverage area, but we do have that tornado warning because it is moving that way. Over the next couple of minutes, that's where we expect it to go to. But right now it's sitting over top of that I-75 road. Now it is continuing to move towards the east a little bit, no longer right on top of it, just to the east, making its way over easterly as we're going through the next couple of minutes. So that's what we're continuing to track this morning. Overall, we've been watching the system for a while. We have severe thunderstorm warnings all across eastern Kentucky, all across Kentucky. I mean, even this earlier today around 4 o'clock, we started seeing some tornadoes dropping in West Kentucky this morning, and that's what we'll continue to watch and expect as we're going through the next couple hours because this system has been nonstop over and over again. I mean, it's been moving for a while, and we've been looking at the system for many days now at this point, and that's why we're continuing to watch because we know that this system has a lot of energy. Temperatures this morning were in the 70s. I know when I walked out of the door, it was very warm outside. And that's what is kind of fueling the system. I mean, we did have some breaks in the sun earlier today. I know we were looking at, I guess yesterday, we're looking at partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy, but we started to see some breaks looking at mostly sunny at some points, which is adding to that temperature that we saw yesterday and this morning, which again, is helping fuel this system as we're going through the next couple hours. Now, as you can see, we do have that brown outline right there. That is that severe thunderstorm warning that we were talking about earlier that does have that tornado possible. Can you highlight that so we can just shout out all the counties that are under that right now, because I know some of them are outside of our region. But you can see that main line as he is looking at that just outside. So here is the severe thunderstorm warning with that tornado possible tag on it. Lots of counties are under this one. Estill, Montgomery, Powell, Pulaski, Rockcastle, Rowan County. And as we showed you earlier, Rowan County is under a tornado warning right now, the very tip of it. And then as we travel towards the one closer to I-75, that one's also under a tornado warning as well. So we'll go ahead and look at that one as well. If you'll pull that one up for me, Eric, just so you can see the counties that are highlighted under that one. I mean, I know Owsley County, Lee County were highlighted under that, as well as Estill County, Jackson, Rockcastle. Now, again, as we were mentioning earlier, you could see some hail associated with this. Same with the severe thunderstorms. Hail is possible as we're going through the next couple of minutes. So what we're really wanting to watch out for are not only the hail chances and the heavy rain and the tornado chances, but also the fast winds, because this has been a very fast wind system. We had a wind warning earlier today. I keep on saying today, earlier yesterday, and we are continuing to see those fast wind speeds into this morning, and we'll continue to see some pretty fast wind speeds for the next couple hours as the system makes its way through eastern Kentucky. Yes, Eric?
I want to go ahead and make mention of this too. You know, we talk about this a lot. If you're in Estill, Jackson, Lee, Owsley, Rockcastle, I need you guys to be in your basement or your lowest level of your house, away from windows. A bathroom would be a very good spot as well. If you are in a trailer or a mobile home, I need you out of there now. Please keep it tuned to WYMT. on air, on your mobile devices. There's multiple ways to stream us as well. And we'll do this right now. I'm going to show you some of the tornado warning safety tips right here. If you're caught outdoors, you need to be in your shelter, get as low as possible, lie flat, cover your head with your hands or your blankets or pillows, bike helmets, hard hats, football helmets. Make sure you have a lot of layers between you and the outdoors. If you break your hand or you break your wrist, that takes about 6 to 8 weeks to recover. If you have a major thing on your head, that's going to take a lot longer. So please be careful. Avoid potential sources of flying debris as well. And if you're in a home, here's where you need to be. The areas when it pops up in green is good. So that would be like a hallway, a bathroom, stairs. Please, again, cover yourself with mattresses or any type of protection. If you have a basement, that's going to be the best place. Again, if you're in the counties that was mentioned just a few seconds ago, and we'll pop those up again, I need you to be in the basement or your lowest level of your house right now, because you are under that tornado warning. Let me call that up again, and we'll get that up and give you that list again.
And again, remember, that tornado warning is set for those counties. So that's Estill, Jackson, Lee, Owsley, and Rockcastle. But right now, it's just outside of our region. We are watching it move through, but you're still seeing those very fast wind speeds as we're going through the next couple minutes, as that's quickly approaching. I'll go ahead and just show that area just so you know where we're talking about, since it's right underneath that text. Makes it a little hard to see that, I know. But we'll go ahead and zoom in on that for you.
Real quick, Megan, I'm sorry to interrupt. That tornado watch has just been extended. So we are I'm going to read this real quick. Go ahead. I'm going to get the information up on that new tornado watch really quick.
Okay, sounds good. Here's a look at that tornado warning, just as we mentioned, for those counties. And as I go ahead and look at the velocity, you can kind of see a better picture of where the location of that tornado is right now. You got to see that turning of the winds as we're moving into the next couple minutes. It's looking like it is getting closer to our region, starting to push through. Now, as I mentioned, any road near that I-75 that we're looking at earlier is definitely not a safe bet to be on. You want to text people that you know that are on those roads and tell them to avoid it if they are driving. Yes, Eric.
Okay, if we can switch gears real quick. I have the latest tornado watch map up. This is now including Johnson, Whitley, Breathitt, Clay, Knox, and Magoffin County. The 6 counties I just mentioned now under a tornado watch. This goes until 7 a.m. So again, if you are in Johnson, Whitley, Breathitt, Clay, Knox, or Magoffin County. This includes Barberville, Corbin, Jackson, Manchester, Paintsville, Syersville, Williamsburg. You are now under the tornado watch until 7 a.m. Megan?
So we saw that being extended earlier today. It was just from McCreary County to Morgan County, just extending it to those counties a little bit more towards the east. So as we're going through the next couple hours, he said till 7 a.m. That's what we'll be tracking. Hopefully it does weaken before it gets to 7 a.m. and we do see that we, let this expire and everything goes well. But as of right now, that's what we're watching at. So let's go ahead and look back at the radar and just show you what we're still tracking for that tornado warning. Now it's right on that border in between the counties outside of our area and inside of our area as we're tracking through the next couple hours. This is a look at that velocity, which helps us picture where that tornado is at the moment. Now we're talking about earlier again, I-75 is where we're looking at that line, but we have a lot more roads around this area. I would advise anybody that's highlighted in this area, even though it's not on top of you right now, go ahead and get into your safe place. Grab your helmets, do what you need to do to keep yourself safe. Stay indoors, avoid traveling at all costs this morning. Even for the counties around it that are not under that tornado warning, it's still safe for you to be inside because those winds are very strong outside. I mean, this is a fast moving system. 70 mile per hour was the last update we saw on how fast it was traveling. So that's why we're tracking it this morning and why we're continuing to track all over the region, as this is a pretty intense storm that we've been watching for a long time now. Again, as we mentioned, it's been from West Kentucky to now East Kentucky. Yes, Eric?
We just got a new scan, and there's something that looks very, very interesting on here. Megan, I want to take over on this. If you look right here, just outside of our coverage area, this is what we're looking at. And the way I identify this is I like to call this, if you will, in like the medical field, they call it triage. Basically, we're going to look at the advisory, and then we're going to look at all the characteristics of this cell to confirm what we're seeing that you can't see past the radar. So what we're looking at right here near the Dreyfus area, you're seeing that red and green couplet. And what we're going to do is I want to go ahead and move a little bit into our viewing area where we have that tornado warning. Now this is, Megan, is this still moving to the east or at 70, right?
Yes.
So this is moving to the east at 70. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and put a storm track right here where this line is. Because what I want to do, let me see if I can get this here. There's your line. As this stays the way it is, this is going to hit near the Jinx area at around 3:45. And these little areas shaded in yellow. You see like the Crooked Creek Church Road area, Red Lick Road area, Locust Branch. That area of rotation that we're looking at near the Dreyfus area, this is heading your way. So again, if you're in these areas that we were talking about, in these counties, I need you guys to be in your basement or your lowest level of your house away from windows, because we're seeing some healthy rotation right here near the Dreyfus area, and this is pushing to the east. So again, if we keep an eye on this for a second, and look how fast this is moving. We just got a new scan. You can see it right here, pushing its way near the Clark Road area, outside of our viewing area. Here's Locust Branch, here's Crooked Creek Church, Red Lick Road, Wagersville area, Drip Rock area. Here's Kentucky Highway, it looks like 2004. So again, if you're in these areas and roads and these points of interest that I just mentioned, this system is heading your way. Megan, do you have anything over there?
I'm just watching some comments on Facebook. A lot of people are talking about where it's headed. You know, you showed the storm track. I think that's very helpful. We're just making sure that people are aware of it's not currently in our area right now, but it's on the border. It's about to come over a border and into our counties. That's why we're tracking this right now, because we have that tornado warning in our region. I'm going to go ahead and query that for you, Eric.
Thank you.
Max is frozen right now.
Here, well, I can get it from here. Oh, there we go. What are you trying to highlight? This right here?
The tornado warning, just so we can show those counties that are moving in, so people can have the actual physical words on the screen.
Estill, Jackson, Lee, and Owsley County. Again, if you're in Estill, Jackson, Lee, or Owsley County, you have that tornado warning in effect. Again, this goes into effect until 3:45 in the morning. And as Meg and I have been talking about for the past several days, this is just day one of 5 days of first alert weather days. A lot of these will be severe weather related. A lot of this will be flooding related, and this is just the beginning of what is to come.
And as he mentioned, I just want to reiterate, I mean, we have line after line after line. So we have this line coming in tonight. We have another round that could be coming in this afternoon. Then we have more coming in tonight. And then after that, we even have more on Friday. We have a little bit of a break on Saturday, but more rains will happen Saturday night going into Sunday, and we can expect rains almost all Sunday. So this is a lot of rain for multiple days. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to get rain the entire time. There are breaks here and there through the coverage area, but it is important to know that our main focus is not only the tornadoes that we're watching this morning, but also the flood chances that we'll see through the next couple of days.
And one thing to note too, Megan, and I've been keeping an eye on this all afternoon, watching several of our sister stations, and they've done a phenomenal job passing the baton over as it's moved farther east. Now, you know, it's our go with this. But this system, Megan, has not let up since it started pushing through portions of Arkansas, Missouri earlier today. It's been a pretty healthy system as it's pushed through. Western Kentucky got hit earlier. Central Kentucky near Louisville area had some damage in Jefferson County earlier. Lexington had some reports of some tornadic activity as well. So now it's pushing its way into eastern Kentucky. So we'll go ahead and take a look here at the home view here on live Pinpoint Doppler radar. We'll go ahead and reset, kind of get our bearings straight, and you can see what's going on. Here's that line that was pushing through. You can see it right now near Moorhead. There's Lexington. You can see the heaviest part is to the east of Lexington. Now it's pushing its way into eastern Kentucky. We had that severe thunderstorm warning with that tornado possible tag that is in effect for the western part of our viewing area. But right now, all eyes are on that tornado warning. And we'll go ahead and zoom in and pinpoint this tornado warning right here. And we'll get the information up as we pinpoint into this system. Go ahead, Megan.
I just want to say that there were some people in the comments saying that they don't have power, and they're all the way out in Knott County. I believe that's what it said.
Knott County.
So that being said, is just because we're focusing on this tornado does not mean that there aren't high winds everywhere else. We're mainly focusing on this tornado because this is where our eyesight is. This is what we have our heads on. But everywhere around the area is still seeing those fast wind speeds today. So it's very important and critical that you stay indoors throughout the next couple of hours as we're watching the system continue to move through, because these are some very fast wind speeds. I mean, we were saying earlier that it was moving at 70 miles per hour. That's very fast, and that can knock people over. We're wanting you to be safe during this time, so just be wary as we're going through this tornado coverage. We are focusing on the tornado that we are watching for Estill, Jackson, and Lee, as well as Owsley County, but we are still watching fast wind speeds across the area.
And one thing to note too, Megan, you brought this up just now. Yeah, we're seeing some places seeing 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. To put that into perspective, Megan, 74 mile an hour is Cat 1 hurricane status. So we're not too far from that. And a lot of times, and we witnessed this the other day, a lot of times you can get the straight line winds that can be worse or cause more damage than actual tornadic activity. And so sometimes a straight line wind can be worse. And that's what we're noticing here as the system pushes through. It's had a history of producing some straight line winds. It's had the history of producing some tornadic activity. Look at Western Kentucky earlier. And now it's in Eastern Kentucky. Here's the Irvine area. There's Berea, Conway, McKee, seeing some heavy activity as of right now. So we'll go ahead and put our advisories on. And let's see if we can get these on here really quick. And again, you're noticing that area near the Irvine area. Again, we're seeing that line push through. Again, now we zoom out and take a look here. Megan, did all the advisories expire already?
It looks like it might have expired. There is still that severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible as you travel towards Rowan County, if you want to go ahead and highlight that one.
Okay.
But it looks like that tornado warning did expire as it was moving into, I believe that was Rockcastle or Jackson County, one of those two counties. That's what we're watching. It looks like there was another update as well of a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible just above our region as you're traveling into Carter and Boyd County. That's what it would appear like at the top. But yes, we are still watching that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible for Rowan County. But as of right now, it does look like that tornado warning has expired.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the severe thunderstorm warning with that tornado possible tag for Rowan County. We'll go ahead and get some characteristics with this system. That is Doppler radar indicated. Again, it's got the tornado possible tag. Approximately 7,100 people, just under 7,100 people are being impacted with this. This goes into effect until 4:15. And what we're going to do is I want to take a look here at this system. And we're going to go ahead and move the map up a little bit. And you can see right here, we got a new thunderstorm warning out, looks like. This is going to be for Rowan County until 4:30. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. We'll zoom out. This is not a tornado possible tag. This is a regular thunderstorm warning, no tag on it. 60-mile-an-hour wind, quarter-size hail being impacted. Looks like it's moving to the east still with this. So there's a little bit of good news there. This does not have the tornado possible tag on it. We'll take a look here at the velocity mode. And one thing that we've been looking at is trying to find those red and green couplets to see where we're seeing that rotation with this. And Megan, I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary. The only thing that I'm kind of concerned about is notice how it's given that little S curve right here.
Yeah.
That's a little bit concerning to me, because when you start getting that bowing out right there, that's where you start to see that rotation being picked up. So this is something that we're going to have to monitor very close as this pushes through. Over towards the area.
And one thing I want to add on to that too is this is very similar to that tornado warning we saw the other day, where it was kind of a straight line wind event. I mean, those events can produce a lot of damage as well, which is why we're keeping our eyes on it so much as we're going through the next couple of minutes, because those straight line wind events can produce a lot of damage as we're going through the next couple of minutes. I mean, where was that warning we had the other day?
That was Pike County.
Pike County, and it was Floyd County as well. We're seeing a lot of damage with that, so that's why we're tracking that so heavily. So even though it is not a tornado right now, tornado warning, and we're still watching that severe thunderstorm does not mean it cannot produce a lot of damage. And even as we mentioned earlier, the winds all across the region are elevated this morning. I mean, we're seeing the system moving at 70 mile an hour. Anywhere in this coverage area is going to be producing a lot of wind, which is going to cause damage to your area and could cause damage to you if you head outside. So it's still critical for you to stay inside. Like we're mentioning earlier, here's some tips when it comes to severe weather, what you need to know as you're going into the next couple of days. I mean, we're looking at, trying to seek shelter, trying to get low as possible. If you're caught outdoors, try to go into ditches. I mean, trying to avoid areas that could cause damage for you even in these fast wind speeds. And as we're mentioning earlier, you're wanting to stay inside. Here's a better look of where you should go. Eric, if you'll hit the next slide for me.
Okay. And one thing to note too, Megan, and we were talking about things to do, and this is stuff that, whenever we do weather classes, what's the first thing we say, Megan? Get down, put your hands over your head, crouch down, and be safe. Make sure you have a lot of layers between you and the outdoors. And we'll go over this. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Megan, I want you to see if we can get the characteristics on that real quick, and I'm going to take and go over this again. Severe weather safety, best place to be. Closet, hallway, stairs, bathroom. Bathroom's the safest place, even though you look at it like what's an exterior wall, a lot of the pipes around it do make that a very structurally safe place. If you don't have a basement, that's where you need to be. Obviously, the basement will be the best place if you have one, or the lowest level of your house. Megan?
I'm pulling up on the other computer. I guess you have it on that one as well. That severe thunderstorm warning they were talking about. So we want to highlight that the tornado warning has expired. Right now, we are only looking at a severe thunderstorm warning, if we'll switch, there you go, for Estill, Lee, Montgomery, Morgan, Powell, and Rowan County. The good news is that does not have a tornado possible tag on it. But as we mentioned, wind speeds are still fast. That is still something you can encounter, causing damage to you or your home in the next couple of minutes. Here's a look at the tornado watch, though, that is still in place. We want to highlight this because we have tornado watches from Wayne County, Kentucky, all the way to Johnson County, Kentucky. There's a lot of our area. I mean, this is over half of our area for the most part underneath that tornado watch. And as you mentioned earlier, that's set to expire at 7 a.m.
7 a.m., correct.
Yes. So, I mean, we could see up to, the National Weather is saying we could see up to 1.5-inch hail for this entirety of the system, and it's covering many counties. I mean, I'm looking at the whole view of this tornado watch, and it's going from Tupelo, Mississippi, all the way up into Johnson County, Kentucky. So, I mean, this is a very long system. Thank you, Eric, for extending it for you, just so you can see how big this area is, and we've been watching it shift over the past couple of hours. I mean, again, this started last night. Some places saw it yesterday morning, especially Arkansas. I know that they had, in Oklahoma, they saw some systems. So it's a slow-moving system continuing to push across the U.S., and that's what we're tracking. But as of right now, we have no more tornado warnings.
That's good. So there's a little bit of good news there, but we're not out of the woods yet. This is, again, just the very beginning as to what is ultimately going to be multiple rounds of active weather. Once we get past this one, we have another round that's going to push through later on today. Then we've got another one that's going to go through later on in the evening hours, going into the day on Saturday and even Sunday. So again, this is just the first of many waves. A lot of the first alert weather days have to do with severe weather. A lot of it has to do with excessive rain and flooding concerns, especially across the north and western portion of the WYMT coverage area. You have anything?
I do not. We're just going to continue to watch this for the next couple of hours, see how it moves. But again, I just want to highlight, right now, the tornado warning has expired.
Yep.
We're just looking at a severe thunderstorm warning. There is no tornado possible on this. We are still under a tornado watch for over half of our coverage area for our western counties, and that's what we're going to continue to watch over the next couple hours. So again, I just want to highlight, right now, we have no more tornado warnings. That just expired a couple minutes ago. We're just watching that severe thunderstorm warning with no tornado possible tag, and we're still under those tornado watches for our western counties. So as of right now, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. since we are in the clear as of right now, but meteorologist Eric Dean and I will be staying in house tracking the system, and if anything updates as we're going into the next couple of minutes or hours, we will have the most up-to-date information for you and be wall-to-wall for you guys.
That's right. We do know that you have multiple choices to get your weather coverage. We do thank you so much for trusting us as your local weather source. So again, for meteorologist Megan Dusmal and meteorologist Eric Dean, we'll go ahead and get you back to regular programming.